Until recently in world history, the desolate Hejaz region on the west coast of Saudi Arabia was best known for housing the ancient incense trails that led eventually to Rome. For the past decade, however, a small city in the Hejaz, about 350 kilometers north of Jeddah, has been capturing the world's attention as a technological achievement unparalleled in the history of mankind. Much has been written about the high-tech, computerized industrial city of Madinat Yambu al-Sanaiya, which was built along with its sister city Jubail to lessen the kingdom's economic dependence on crude oil. But what you are about to see here is an equally impressive story of the new city's sheer beauty. From the very beginning, the far-sighted members of the Royal Commission have been determined that the development of Madinat Yambu al-Sanaiya as a major city should also produce a community where residents would be proud to live and work, a place of true beauty. To accomplish this goal, a set of 4 priorities was determined by the Royal Commission: to create a green image city, to establish a green belt around the community, to organize recreational areas, and to safeguard valuable environmental resources. Since the beginning, the Royal Commission has spent a considerable amount of time, money, and resources to plan and build a green city, a city where people could enjoy the shade and peace of parks and gardens, of wide tree-lined streets, and where generations could grow up appreciating the beauties of nature and the great and mighty Allah's creation. The Royal Commission's master plan includes planned open spaces that respect social interaction and the privacy requested by public Saudi lifestyles. Accordingly, the Royal Commission built greenways, which are a system of heavily planted pedestrian paths, totally independent from nearby vehicular routes. In some ways, the greenways are the arteries of the garden city. They provide a beautiful, safe, and energy-efficient transportation network that also, by the density of its landscape planning, purifies the neighborhoods and provides a place for leisurely enjoyment. Closely linked historically and culturally to the pedestrian walkways of traditional Saudi neighborhoods, the greenways provide easy access to the many delightful gardens and parks in this prototype community. In some cases, the greenway system utilizes the existing wadi channels or gullies by using trailing plants for the tops of the slope of the wadi, thereby creating a most visible example of the greenway system throughout the community. Then there are the many examples of intentional landscaping, the creative art where nature's own products are rearranged in a manner to provide enjoyment and recreation for all. Each phase in the planning of Madinat Yambu al-Sanaiya, whether it is housing, roads, public buildings, or commercial centers, has its own landscaping plan that is a small piece of the master plan conceived by the Royal Commission. When, like a jigsaw puzzle, these pieces are all fitted together, they form a complete picture that is beautiful to behold throughout the community. The overall planting master plan radiates outwards from the city center, with the densest planting in the community areas and less dense planting in the industrial and outlying areas. A number of plant varieties are being used, with plants from humid subtropical areas requiring plenty of water thickest toward the city center, while more water-conserving plants are being grown in the outer open spaces. Much emphasis is placed on plants having broad leaves, thereby helping to develop the green city image. Basically, the master plan uses plants such as ficus trees predominantly in the framework of all community planting schemes. Palm trees are used at focal points within each neighborhood. Date palms abound along city entranceways and the medians of main roads. Coconut palms grace the main entry to Medinat Yambu Al Sanaiya. The 10-year-old landscaping plan has worked so well, this once barren stretch of Arabian desert now houses more than 190,000 plants and 12,000 square meters of grass areas, which, with a thirst true to the desert, consume about 11,000 cubic meters of potable water and 60,000 cubic meters of treated sewage effluent every month. To maintain this colossal undertaking, the Royal Commission employs hundreds of laborers who are supervised by skilled landscaping experts. They are backed by 2 nurseries to supply the plants, trees, lawns, and vines needed to keep this green desert vista flourishing. Maintenance is under the direct control of the Public Works Department of the municipality and is carried out on a daily basis throughout the year. Although there are 2 well-defined seasons in this part of Arabia, in reality the plants continue to grow throughout the year. This, of course, means constant maintenance. The most time-consuming maintenance tasks are pruning, trimming, and cleaning. In this environment, the plants grow vigorously, and it is a continuous effort to keep them pruned and trimmed to an acceptable shape and form. Due also to the almost continuous strong desert breezes, there is a daily requirement to remove blown litter which collects in the planted areas. Nothing exists in the desert without water, and plants are a thirsty example. All plants at Medinat Yambu Al Sanaiya, other than those around hospitals, schools, and parks, are irrigated with recycled water from the sewage treatment works. This modern and efficient plant provides water of very high but not drinkable quality, which is pumped back into the irrigation systems. The irrigation system throughout Medinat Yambu Al Sanaiya consists of approximately 98 kilometers of underground PVC pipework, which in turn supplies 161 kilometers of 18-millimeter flexible irrigation line. Along this line are thousands of small devices known as emitters, which are connected to each tree, shrub, or group of plants. This small plastic device, about the size of an egg, is made to control very precisely the amount of water allowed to drip on each plant in a given period of time. The irrigation system is divided into areas, each controlled by electronically operated valves which are controlled by individual timing devices. This ingenious system ensures that every tree, shrub, or group of plants is given a predetermined amount of water over a given period once or twice a day. The frequency of irrigation can be varied to suit the season or the size and type of plant, thereby saving precious water while ensuring that each plant receives enough to maintain its health and vigor. In a sense, that is what the whole system is all about, keeping each individual plant alive and healthy so that it remains a small but important part of the overall picture puzzle of what was once thought to be an impossibility in the barren Arabian desert. Now, thanks to space-age technology, the glories of nature, the skill and determination of the Royal Commission for Jubail and Yambu, and the proud people who live here, plus lots of plain hard work, there it blooms like a wild flower after a shower for all to see. Medinat Yambu Al Sanaiya, Garden in the Hejaz.